In previous videos, we've only looked at situations where the thing we're dividing by fit exactly into the algebraic expression. There were never any remainders, but as you know from the world of numbers, life is not always so simple. So yes, it's true that you sometimes get cases like 15 divided by 3, where it fits in exactly 5 times. But you also get situations like 15 divided by 4, where 4 does not go into 15. It goes in a few times, 4 goes into 15 3 times, but there's a remainder. So we're going to look at the algebraic equivalent of that, where we're working out the remainders when we've done an algebraic division. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's an example of a division, and let's have a go at just carrying this out. And well, something's going to go wrong. It's not too much of a giveaway here. Something's going to go wrong, and it's going to provide a useful starting point. So remember that when we set up our division, we create our grid. And since it's a cubic and we're dividing by a linear term, it means it's going to have to be a quadratic up here. So an x squared column, an x column, and a constants column. Okay, so we know that the first term, 2x cubed, must be in here, and it must have been the result of multiplying x by 2x squared, because 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. Now we can fill in this one. 2x squared times minus 2 is minus 4x squared. Now we wanted a 4x squared and we have a minus 4x squared, so we better add 8x squared. And that means that this term up here must have been 8x, because 8x times x is 8x squared. Now 8x times minus 2 is minus 16x. And we wanted 10x and we have minus 16x, so we better add 26x onto that, because 26x minus 16x is 10x. That means this up here must have been a 26, because 26 times x is 26x. And finally, 26 times negative 2 is negative 52. Okay, now the reason why this proves that x minus 2 does not go exactly into here is that we're left with this minus 52. But that is not what we wanted. We wanted negative 4. What would we need to add on to this to get to the desired answer here? Well, it would have to be 48. Because if you add 48 to negative 52, you get negative 4. So this 48 here is the remainder. It's very much parallel to, if you do 25 divided by 7, you're left with a certain amount. So 7 goes into 25 3 times, but there is a remainder of 4, because 3 times 7 is 21, and there's 4 left over to get you up to 25. So that is like this remainder here. So let's actually get the language right here. You probably didn't learn this language in primary school, but well, this was called the remainder. That's the proper name for this. This bit here is called the quotient. So there is the quotient and the remainder. So for us, the answer to this question here is that there is a quotient of 2x squared plus 8x plus 26, with a remainder of 48. Now, there's more to say about this for 2 reasons. One is, remember there was a slightly more grown-up way of writing 3 remainder 4. When you kind of got a bit more confident with fractions at some point in primary school, you're probably told that you could write this instead as 3 with a remainder of 4 over 7. That's the kind of grown-up way of writing 3 remainder 4 when you're dividing by 7. We can do the same thing here, which is that it's 2x squared plus 8x plus 26, and then our remainder, just like our remainder 4 here sat over the thing we were dividing by, we have the same thing here. We have our remainder sitting over the thing we are dividing by. So this algebraic term is exactly the same as this one up here. The second bit of exciting news is that there is a giant shortcut to finding remainders. If you're not interested in the quotient, which is this bit, but only the remainder, then there is a spectacular shortcut, which is the following. If you want to know what the remainder is when you divide this cubic by x minus 2, just sub in x equals 2 into the cubic equation at the top. And the reason why you sub in x equals 2 is that you look at the thing you're dividing by and you think, what value of x would make it 0? The answer is 2. And if we sub 2 into this, here's what happens. We get 2 times 2 cubed plus 4 times 2 squared plus 10 times 2 minus 4, and you will get 48. So spectacular shortcut there for situations where you're only looking at the remainder. So do watch out for that, because a really common, very, very, very common error by students is a question just says find the remainder, and then people do all of this lovely work working out the quotient and the remainder, and it was just way more work than required. If you just need the remainder, it's just there for you by subbing in whatever would make that thing you're dividing by 0. So in this case, it's x equals 2. Sub 2 in, and it will get you there. Okay, in the next video, we're going to look at plenty of examples so you can see more about how to find remainders.